Hello, everyone, and welcome to Toffees Victoria. Now, this is a special episode, audio only, so you can listen to our beautiful voices. We've got Nick.
Hey.
We've got Chris.
Hey.
And we've got Tim.
G'day.
And we're actually at Tim's place because, the beautiful weather's out. We've had a great barbecue, and we've got the beers flowing. And we thought, we've had a bit of a break recording. So we thought, let's, take this audio outside and catch up on the latest results and everything Everton. Let's get it going. And we do have a bit of an audience with us, which is great. Oh, yeah, there they are. Thank you. Well, guys, put your shirts on. Jesus. My goodness.
Filmed in front of a live studio audience.
There you go. We've got quite a few results. We've got the Leicester, Arsenal, and United. Who wants to just to talk about any of those?
I'll kick us off.
All right, Chris.
So obviously, rewind a few episodes ago, we obviously predicted how we'd go for December, and I said would struggle massively. So well done, Everton. You proved me wrong. I'm so thankful that you did. In the league, we're flying at the moment. Obviously, undefeated in December. We've knocked off Chelsea, Arsenal, and Leicester, who realistically, maybe not Arsenal, but Chelsea and Leicester are rivals to the games that to the positions that we want to be at the end of the season. Sheffield, we all were sort of messaging around that game, and normally that's a game that we drop. It was a horrible day. That's right.
Oh, it was pouring with rain. It was shocking.
Raining, windy. Yeah. The old Everton and the Everton that we would have dropped that game, but we ground out a result. We were the better team, and Sigurdsson scored us the winner there. So we're in the league. It's been a very, very good month. We're third with a game in hand. We'll talk about the postponement later, but it's been a really good month. We played some good football in patches and no injuries that have cost us. Obviously we've got a few out which we've managed to win. So it's been a very, very good December and a very good festive period. And we roll into the new year in a really good position and really dare to dream time. Really, we're close.
Yeah,
I'd say that we're probably.
Come on, Nick, it's getting good.
We're probably 1 or 2 weeks, 1 or 2 games away from starting to dare to dream. So, no, December's been very good, and roll on West Ham on the weekend, and then into the Cup. But we will touch on it. There is a fair chance that we don't play this weekend due to COVID, but we'll talk about that later. So, Tim, what were your thoughts?
Oh, yeah, look, just unbelievable. I mean, I think I missed the last show, and the one before that, we just predicted how we would go in December, and I'm pretty sure I was pretty solid on the fact that we get 0 points. I think, Andy, you were the most...
I was pretty close. I said 11, right? Yeah.
And who knows, we might have had 15 if the City game had gone ahead. And all with 4 centre-backs. I mean...
There you go.
We're missing James, Digne, 2 of our most creative players. Richarlison, we missed the last one. And, first game we've won without him.
There you go. We broke the hoodoo.
And I think, Andy, you were saying it's the first time we've won, 2 consecutive blocks of 4 games?
Yeah.
Since 1986.
That's right, yeah.
And in that season, we won the title.
Yeah.
So
touch wood, everyone.
Yeah.
We don't want to muzz it.
But, no, I mean, look, the first 5 weeks of the season were great. Then there was 5 weeks of shit, to be honest. And now we're back on the up again, and we've beaten some teams that are definitely, top 4 contenders. And all round a good Christmas break, good Christmas period. And also just, on the personal note here in Melbourne, it's nice for us all to be in the same room and catching up and having a beer. And
that's in the outdoors.
That's right, doing it live as opposed to on the Zoom. So that's also a good thing.
Although it does feel a little bit weird.
Yeah, it is a bit weird, isn't it?
But we'll crack on.
Yeah, we will. On that note, Nick?
Yeah, Nick.
Yeah, really, really pleasing the last few games. I think to go to away to Leicester and dominate the way that we did and keep their forward players as quiet as they were, I thought was really, really pleasing. I think, Chelsea, we always do put in a decent performance against some of those better sides at Goodison, which is really, really great. And I think probably the most pleasing out of the whole thing was going away, with the injuries that we've got and grinding out a result away at Sheffield United, who were battling at the bottom of the table, on the back of 3 really good results. Was really, really pleasing to get that 4th in a row. So, it's going really, really well at the moment. I think once we get those players back, Alan, Richarlison, Digne,
don't forget the beautiful Hammers.
And Hammers, of course.
Oh, Hammers, yeah.
I think that we look a real force. I'm not getting ahead of myself. I still don't know how I feel about Everton potentially challenging for the higher places in the league. But it's looking good. And I think if we... at the start of the season, if we'd take after 15 games to be 3rd in the league and 3 points behind the top of the table, I think you take that every day of the week. Absolutely. And I think and the last sort of 4 games has been a testament to the way that things have sort of turned around. We're grinding out results. We're putting in good performances against good sides, even after the back of a couple of really bad results.
Yeah.
To turn it around in the manner that we've done and to go into the new year in the form that we're in, I think is a really good thing and a testament to the effect that Carlo's had on the squad. So yeah, really, really pleased at the moment, buzzing.
Definitely. Though we should mention, we were knocked out in the League Cup against United 2-0 right at the end.
Yeah, that was disappointing.
But yeah, that was a hard-fought game. But United played well, even from the start, and they've hit a form. Yeah, but yeah, I think concentrating on the league and possibly FA Cup, it'll be interesting to see. But I want to ask you guys, out of the 4 games, who's been your person who's either improved or just had that consistency throughout?
I've got to go Godfrey, I reckon.
Godfrey, yeah.
Just playing, playing out of position. He's never played in position since we signed him.
That's true, yeah.
Right back. I think he played 1 game at centre back, which, to be fair, I think it was pretty awful in that game. But yeah, playing at left back and just, deputising for Digne. Obviously, Carlo just doesn't trust Nkunku or Kenny, as we've discussed many times before. But 4 centre-backs is working, and Godfrey's, he's doing a good job there. I mean, three clean sheets we've kept in the last 4 games? In the league, obviously, I'm choosing to forget about the Carabao Cup, so we'll just
count.
focus on
I
the
don't
league.
blame you.
Mickey Mouse Cup.
Yeah.
That's right.
Didn't want to win it anyway.
Yeah, we didn't want to be part of it.
Don't worry about it.
But yeah, so Godfrey for mine, and I guess probably Sigurdsson a close second.
For me, I think I echo the sentiments there on Godfrey. He's been absolutely phenomenal, and we definitely underpaid for him because he is absolutely everything that that epitomises Everton. He's hard. You see the pictures where he goes in for a tackle and the other bloke comes in hard and he smacks him and the other bloke gets up and goes, "Oh, you've just smacked me real hard there." So he's been really good.
And he has a great set of pace as well.
He's got wheels for a big
Yeah.
player.
Sounds like Ben's been doing more for you than he has for all of us. But
He's been very good, but I think probably the best. He is a hard man, but I think the best in the time's probably been Decore. Since we lost Alan, who arguably has been our best signing, Decore he was always been good. He's had a few average games, but he's taken it to the next level. And
he just seems to turn up anywhere on the pitch. 1 minute he's in the midfield, he'll make a pass, then he's in the box.
He is he's a workhorse.
Yeah.
And he's an unsung hero. When with the fans now back, and I could imagine a full stadium, he would go missing. You wouldn't see him for 60 minutes, but the real fans sit there and go, wow, he's been really, really good today. He's done everything he needs to do. He's forward, he's back, he's running the kilometres that you need to, and he is really he's Everton, really. Yeah. That's exactly what we want. We did a show at the start of the year. What do we want? What does it mean to wear the shirt? And he is exactly what we want at Everton. He's just a hard player that gives his everything for the team. So for me, it's been him. One thing I will say is, we've won these games and DCL hasn't scored. He's on a bit of a goal drought, which is different. Obviously, Richarlison's
but
missed a few
I feel like
games.
he's still performing though.
Absolutely, he is.
Yeah.
But to be able to win games without the bloke that scored most of our goals, we're winning them without him scoring. Is a testament to the squad that we now have. And last year, what did we have last year? I think we got 5 goals out of midfield.
Yeah.
In total, it was all down to 2 players. This year, it's a mix, and anyone can score. Absolutely,
Great spread.
That's a testament to the football we're playing. So, for me, it has been a very, very good team performance. Sigurdsson has come good as well, and he's worked really hard. Even after the knockers, especially me, I've I've given him some bad raps, but
I think we all have.
It's been a very good, very, very good December. And,
Yeah,
you know,
it's definitely improved.
well done to Everton to do it when, you know, as fans, we all thought it's going to be a horrible month.
Yeah.
And this is a really, really bad month for us. But, you know, other than losing in the Mickey Mouse Cup that we don't even care about, you know, it's been...
What cup?
It's been... exactly. Other than that, it's been phenomenal. Nick?
Yeah, I think any one of the back four, the four centre-backs we're playing as part of a back four, you could say that they've done really, really well. Godfrey as well. I think Mina's
He's been in some great form.
looking a lot stronger. Keane as well, just a different player.
Yeah, Mena's looked a little bit less like a baby giraffe over the last
Yeah,
That's right.
and popping up with a goal as well against Arsenal, and I think any one of those back four have really stepped up and given us a good platform to obviously build from the back. I'd like to shout out Sigurdsson and Iwobi.
You have
probably two players that
Mr. 100%.
My boy Iwobi.
Yeah, probably Sigurdsson and Iwobi, who, you know, I'm still not convinced about Iwobi, but both of them for the last few games have really sort of stepped up. Well, it's true. I'm not convinced about it. You know, I don't think a few games makes him a world beater or worth anywhere near 30 million.
He's doing decent, I think.
But he is, and I think
Serviceable.
I think it's worth a mention that him and Sigurdsson, I pair them two together because they're probably the two players that get the most amount of abuse, the most maligned, the most amount of abuse.
And they do disappoint the most because they're naturally talented.
Yeah.
Naturally talented and also come with a huge price tag as well. And I think over the last few games they've done very, very well. Sigurdsson's a match winner against Sheffield United, which has been really good. I think those two are probably worth a shout. I don't think anyone's been a standout. I think you could point to any one of those 6 players that I mentioned and say, you know, they could be the standout player, but
in a way, is almost a pleasing thing because it means we're performing as a team instead of relying on individual performances. A bit of individual brilliance to win a game. We're performing well as an 11 with 4 centre-backs.
Absolutely, yeah. So
Absolutely,
that's my hot take. Andy, what about you? Who's your player?
You guys have mentioned quite a few good ones, but I'd have to agree. It's definitely between Sigurdsson and Mina. But I'm going to go with Tom Davis. Like, I think he's last. He's definitely, I think, from the Arsenal game to the Sheffield game, he's really improved the last 2 games. Like, he's just taken up that Allen role of like getting the ball, holding it up, and just, you know, if he can't go forward, he'll do a side pass, but then he's moving into that position up forward. Like he's still not just thinking, oh, I'm just going to pass it sideways or like backwards.
Fobbing off the responsibility.
Something like that.
And he was always, against Sheffield United, he was always looking for the ball.
Always trying to get it back.
I think
and calling for it.
Consecutive games is,
like he'll pass it off to probably him, who was on the right, Iwobi. They were doing like sort of like a 1-2 touch, and then if Iwobi was in sort of a bit of a pickle, Davis was there in a clear position. He'll get the ball back, and he'll probably, I think there was a few times he turned his defender and got in the midfield and then made another pass. Like he was just, I thought he's just been really improved, and it's a bit of a, hey, he's still worth to be in the squad. For all those, Davis.
And he's still young. He's 22?
He's like 22 and stuff.
Plenty of improvement left.
Exactly. Yeah. Like he's definitely a squad player. Like
and homegrown at the club too.
Yeah,
which
homegrown.
Is important when we make Champions League.
Yeah. Like he's just and he's a
When?
local
Not
lad.
even when.
I know a lot of people still give him grief, but like I think his last 2 performances, especially against Sheffield, I thought he was just outstanding. I think DCL got the man of the match reward
Against Sheffield?
Yeah.
He did hold the ball up really.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did a lot of good, and that almost volley shot.
Yeah,
oh
that
my
was good.
god!
Oh.
I almost just had to like. I think I probably would have woken everyone up in the apartment. Like if that went in, geez, it was so close.
Some slick play.
But like he was just a bully to their defense, and I think his work rate has really just been that consistent thing. Same as Tom Davies. Like their work rate consistency is there. He's been my player who's improved a lot. So out of those matches, which one would you say has been the most better performance?
Probably Leicester away.
Leicester away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To go there and dominate the way that we did. Say dominate. Okay.
We got a clean sheet.
We got a clean sheet, and we kept their strikers, their forward line very quiet, and
They're very ordinary too.
yeah, that's probably the best.
Yeah.
Best one out of the lot.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with that.
I'm actually going to say Sheffield. The Everton of old, that's a game that we'd normally drop.
Yeah, especially with the weather, man. It was shocking.
Absolutely, but we've come off
rain.
We've come off 3 really good wins, and then we lost in the cup before we played in that game. So we went from all the highs that we've had beating Arsenal, Leicester, Chelsea, and then we go to Sheffield on a dreary night of a short break,
a cold, wet night in Sheffield.
Exactly.
Are they the new Stoke?
Red and white.
Yeah,
Close enough.
that's of the past 5 seasons. That's the one that we would have dropped.
Yeah.
And we've done it consistently. We lose that sort of game.
In reality, we dropped a few of those games before this little December window.
Exactly right. Leeds, that sort of thing. So, I think for me that was probably we worked hard. Everybody worked hard in that game. We were there. They set up so defensively. We had to work and work and work to be able to break them down, and we finally did. Obviously DCL had that unbelievable chance. That takedown was that's world
Just
class.
off the
and
chest, he just bullied that defender.
I never thought he was as good as he really is now, and
he's fantastic.
Better and better and better. So, I think Sheffield's the one. We ground out a result against the bottom side, who are, for 75 minutes of the game, they were thinking they had a point.
Yeah.
They were thinking there's another point closer to survival. So, for me, that's the one that stands out. The other games were obviously very, very good. They were all very, very different. But, Sheffield, I think, epitomises where Everton is moving towards now.
I feel like, though, with the Arsenal game, we should have scored more. I feel like they just weren't really...
Yeah, Arsenal actually aren't. They're not that good.
Yeah.
They had their chances too.
Absolutely. But in that game, they score one of the chances that they had. That result goes the other way.
Yeah.
Sheffield didn't get any chances. That's the very, very big difference. We made sure that we were so defensively sound that they never got to go. And, Mina and Keane they're now together, probably as a pairing, our best 2 centre-backs together. That's right, out of the 4 that we have. And, we've all said on the show throughout the whole season, Mina's a liability. He's not a liability at the moment. He's
stepping up.
Probably he's in his best form for Everton. So that's a very, very pleasing thing to have with... I read the other day that Luca Dean is probably not going to be back until the end of January. So to have everyone in form is brilliant. So bring on January.
Definitely, yeah. It's going to be interesting with January because, I've heard, I think we've all heard, I think Carlo even has said that they probably won't buy, they won't be looking into buying anyone. They'll just wait for the injury players to come back. But I don't know. I still feel like maybe just if there's a chance to get one player, just I think get that winger. Just get that. Was it Leroy?
Leon Bailey.
Yeah, Leon Bailey. Just get some assistance there. I think would be really helpful.
I think we're going to have more outs than ins, and I think
that too. We need to get rid of a lot of those players.
But I think we're going to have, obviously, with the Rooney Derby connection. The rumours are strong that he's coming in for a few loan players.
Yeah, and Big Sam wants to get some players for West Brom.
So we maybe could loan a few out with loan to buy.
Balassi can
options.
go. Middlesbrough.
And I think John Joe Kenny's probably out on his way out on loan. Maybe even Branthwaite out on loan.
Yes, he did.
To Everton. Yeah, he did.
Yep.
Yeah. So January will be interesting. Obviously, everybody knows that I'm a Max Aaron's fan, so hopefully we bring him in. That would be great, and John Joe Kenny can go out on loan, but we'll see.
Yeah, no, it'll be definitely interesting. Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is COVID. We were supposed to have Not one of our audience. No. we had
Here we are sending to sleep
yeah.
right now.
We've had a game postponed, the Man City game. Audience has gone quiet. So yeah, we had our Man City game sort of postponed, which was a bit of a surprise because we're all waking up for the game. And we get a notification of like, oh, here's the team sheet. So it's, an hour to go. And then they send out another one saying, oh, actually, the game's postponed due to cases in Manchester. So but from what a club, they brought out a statement saying, everyone was ready. Fans were, on their way. And then they have postponed it. Do you think there's any type of legal, Tim, any type of, feedback we can... we'll hear from this?
I feel like the club statement from Everton was quite strong and quite, like, almost having a crack at Man City.
Yeah.
It's quite accusatory, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Like,
I
what are
didn't
the
mind,
details?
Yeah.
No, it's no more, Mr. Nice Everton. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Rolling over and have our tummies tickled. At the end of the day, there's answers that need... Sorry, questions that need answering. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, I thought, look, I don't know exactly right, but I thought the rules were if you had 14 fit players, your game goes
Yeah.
Including the 23s.
Yeah,
Including 23s.
Yeah, like bad
Yeah.
luck. But that's not what happened here, and it's hard not to feel a bit like if it was a Burnley, for example, that we're playing against, that game goes ahead.
Exactly,
And I think a lot of us
so.
feel this way. It was only postponed because it was Man City or Man United, whatever.
Yeah.
No, I definitely agree with that, but I also think that with what happened in the Newcastle situation where they had quite a few COVID cases and they had to have their game against Villa postponed, and this is obviously playing devil's advocate here, but I think setting the precedence with postponing them versus Villa, I think the FA decided and the Premier League decided that it's probably best to suspend it, but it's causing a lot of conjecture at the moment. I know they got done 5-0, but after the game yesterday, Bisto Sam come out and said that he wants the season called off for a couple of weeks, and now the league is talking about a 2-week.
Because he's 85 and is at risk of corona.
It's sort of this has sort of kicked the FA into a bit of gear here. Now they need to really make a decision, and they've put out a few little tweets and everything that we're looking into this, and
especially in London. Like London's a big hotspot.
The Tottenham Fulham game that's meant to be in the early hours for us is a big chance of being called off. So we are looking
much
at
to the annoyance for those of us who've got Kane and Son in our team.
Yeah, I know.
In our fantasy league,
teams and captaining them as well.
Captain and Kane.
So
commiserations.
I'm Captain Son.
Yeah,
No,
so
that can't be called off.
So
I don't know, mate.
it's a big it's a big thing, and if the league comes out and they if they do this 2-week break that we're hearing about, that's going to cause a massive ripple effect, because
Definitely.
if everybody remembers, at the end of this season, there's no time between the Premier League finishing and the Euros. It's literally 7 days and the Euros start. So
Mate, at this point, you couldn't even be sure they were going ahead.
absolutely, but
Tim, make sure you get a mic.
definitely. So it's going to be a very interesting week. I don't even think. I think it's going to be a very interesting couple of days between now and our next game, and then obviously FA Cup as well. Everyone's travelling all over, so interesting times around the league and the UK at the moment.
Definitely. That's especially if it goes ahead. If they're having this meeting tonight, our time.
With the way that the UK is at the moment, they need to just break it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, especially with this new strain that's
Give it a
going
break,
around. Yeah.
just a couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, and then crack on from there and get rid of the 2,000 fans in the stadium as well.
Yeah.
That's what they need to do to complete the season. Not that I'm a virologist or an NHS worker, but I do think that health of
Trumps football.
Oh, of course. Health trumps everything.
Health of players, of supporters, of the general population, because this affects
And of course, Fat Sam.
This affects more. This affects more than football. It affects the whole country.
That's right.
And
yeah.
we're in a bad. The UK's in a bad situation at the moment. And I think we need to break it. Get rid of football for a couple of weeks. Stop this travelling around. It's nonsense.
Yeah.
With 40,000 cases a day, it's ridiculous that people are still talking about football. Get rid of it 2-3 weeks, and then try and crack on after that and complete the season.
Another
Could they
prerequisite start.
possibly do a bubble? Like everyone goes to one location and
Bit like the AFL did over here.
yeah,
So,
it would be just too
to an
hard.
neutral stadium, I don't think. Look, it's a bit different to here because obviously it's ingrained into the sport over in Australia that people share, sort of teams share grounds.
Yeah.
Whereas in the UK, everyone's got their own home stadium, and there'd be all sorts of legal implications of if a team was to get relegated and they didn't play their majority of their home games at the home stadium,
yeah, that's true.
then they could have a claim for something. So I don't think that's feasible. Though I don't know. It's one idea. I just think they need to put a lid on it for 2 to 3 weeks and see where we are after that, because it's getting out of control again. And obviously the health of the population comes before football.
Yeah,
Definitely. Yeah.
yeah. I think as we said, health trumps all. But not great for our fantasy teams or those of us who
No.
watch football. So.
Bit of a downer with
Damn you,
those
COVID.
leagues. Yeah.
That's
We got some commentary from our audience.
Gababin might actually be fit.
Oh,
by then.
Gamana, yeah. I mean,
Don't know about that. I think,
Farley might be able to play in 2021.
and then they announced the apocalypse.
Yeah.
The day he sets foot on the field, there's a whole new strain of COVID.
Yeah.
Meteorite.
Oh. So we're heading to a new year. 2020 was a very different type of year. But what's been you guys' biggest highlight with Everton? Game
The
wise?
season or this?
Yeah, through the seasons, like the current season or last season. Just 2020 in a
James
whole.
Rodriguez. Oh,
James Rodriguez.
unbelievable. Yeah, the fact that guy plays for us, even though he's not playing much at the moment.
Yeah.
Fantastic. That's highlight for me.
Just signing him,
Yeah, I mean,
watching him play, everything.
we signed Carlo, didn't we? At the start?
Yeah.
Was it the start of the year?
December.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So it was 2019. I
doesn't
guess.
quite sneak in.
Yeah,
there.
no.
So I think signing James. There's been
yeah.
some great results on the way, but I think James is probably the number one.
Yeah, just watching him stroke a ball around the pitch, it's like nothing I've ever seen playing for Everton before. Some of those passes he can pull out.
The pass
Yeah.
at Crystal Palace
Yes. That
to Coleman.
oh, the one to Coleman.
Yeah, and then DCL just.
He did a reverse one, like a reverse pass to Richarlison.
Oh, yeah.
in United or something.
Yeah.
Somehow seemed to go inside out and out again. And I just sat there and went, how's he even done that? That's defied
That was the
physics.
West Brom game, wasn't it?
It defied physics. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know how he did it.
That chip. He just held the ball, saw Richarlison run, did that
Yeah.
chip, and then he crosses it in, and DCL just
Yeah,
like
unbelievable.
you just players like the players we had. Sigerson wouldn't make a pass like that, not at
No,
all.
And that's what he was supposed to be doing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I've followed Everton sort of really closely now for probably 15 years, I'd say.
Yeah.
Best player I've seen in an Everton shirt in the last 15 years in terms of pure footballing skill.
What about you, Chris?
For me, I loved the start of the season was obviously with us being in lockdown at
September
that time,
was amazing.
September,
We won the
October was
league.
just insane. Over
We
here
topped
it
the
was,
charts.
we were top of the league. We were top of the charts.
Spirit of the Blues, baby.
Everything was just coming up Everton, and
Yeah.
there was you couldn't actually be upset or sad about anything.
Unless
Wake
you're a
up
Liverpool
every day.
supporter, they were
Yeah,
pissed.
but they were hating on us,
And they're still complaining.
Absolutely, but they were trying to get their songs in the top 10. They were trying to get their movies in the top 10.
Yeah.
So, we had the wood over them for 6 or 7 weeks, but being in the situation that we were in at the time, it was phenomenal. We were top of the league, and it was
brilliant.
It was good.
It was great.
It was so nice to wake up every morning and have to pinch yourself and go, "Is this really happy?"
And
Yeah.
it hasn't dropped off that much.
No.
Other than
We're 3 points behind them.
absolutely, and other than we had a bad month where it happens, and champion teams, the teams that have won the league, have had bad times. I think Man City dropped 4 games in a row, or didn't win for 4 games in one of the seasons.
Chelsea wouldn't be far off.
Chelsea did
Chelsea's
that as well,
dropped off. Tottenham's dropped off.
happened, so
Liverpool
I think-
drew, and they
I think,
celebrated.
Everything. This has been a phenomenal season for us.
Yeah.
Where we're nearly safe. We're nearly at the 40-point mark.
It's been a great year.
We're going really, really well. So everything that's considering what's been happening around the world, it's just been refreshing that it's not the same old Everton anymore. We're different now, and it's been very, very clear from the beginning that this is a different Everton.
Definitely.
Just got past a note from a member of the live studio audience here in the backyard. It's been a long time since Everton could dare to dream. That's a very good point.
It has.
Yes.
Nick's still not daring.
No.
No,
What about you?
I'm very, very pleased with where we are. I think, when you look at the table, probably the most sobering thing is that, all the way down to 9th, there's only 3 or 4 points in it. And, a couple of bad defeats and we could be
down there,
mid-table. But I think just to be in the top 4, 3rd place, we would have been 2nd if it had not been for a last-minute deflected winner for United.
And Burnley.
At the turn of the year has been unbelievable. A really good achievement from the guys. And do you know what? I don't think we're not playing as well as I think we can.
No, we've actually played some rough patches of football the last month, but we've
ground up results.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
I think
grinding.
we're grinding out results now where previously we would have lost or drawn games.
Oh, of course.
There's that, and also I think if you had most teams and you take their 4 best players, well, you could argue Calvert-Lewin. You could argue Calvert-Lewin's probably in our top 4 players, but take Digne, James, Alan. I keep missing one player at the end. Coleman.
Yeah, Coleman.
Yeah,
He's been out.
those players all out injured, all so important to us, and we're still grinding out.
And Richarlison, yeah.
I'm sorry, Richarlison.
Yeah.
4th, yeah, but Coleman too. Then
Key players, yeah.
I think that is a really phenomenal achievement, and I think most teams would struggle to have their top 2, 3, 4 players out. They'd struggle to get results, and we're doing it.
Yeah.
So great,
Getting it done. All right, we've done a decent time, and with that, we'll bid farewell. Thanks, guys.
Get back to the barbecue.
Get back to the barbecue and the beers.
Back to the beers.
Back to the beers.
Thanks, guys, and have a great Happy New Year, and come on, you Blues.
Happy New Year, Blues.
And that's wrapping up the Toffees.